Hi, and thanks for tuning in to CBS 19 Plus, where we can go more in depth into the forecast, take a little longer to explain things, and give you just a better and more detailed look at how things are shaping up across East Texas. We've got a warm night in store for us tonight. We've got clear to partly cloudy skies. It'll be a little more humid, and because of that, just a little bit warmer. For instance, around Interstate 30, 71 at Mount Pleasant, 71 also at Pittsburgh. And we come closer to Tyler and Longview, our overnight lows should be in the lower 70s, around 73, which is just a tick above average for this time of the year. 72 at Gilmer, and then out to the west at Athens and Palestine, also around 73 degrees. Headed down through Cherokee County from Jacksonville to Alto to Atoy, all the way down to Rusk. You're looking at 73 degrees. In Rusk County, 73 over in Henderson, and Panola County, 71 at Carthage. In Deep East Texas, headed through Angelina County into Lufkin, 74 degrees. You go a little farther south towards Zavala, you'll find overnight lows around 74 or 75. Out to the west, Groveton and Crockett, anywhere from 71 to 73 degrees. And then San Augustine and Sabine County, temperatures should drop to around 72 to 73. Tomorrow, again, we've got Henderson County with an air quality alert, some unhealthy air for sensitive groups. That means some ground level ozone will be slightly elevated on Friday. Allergy index, tree pollen is non-existent. The grass pollen is low. Weed pollen, none showing up in the bin, and low mold spore count being recorded on Thursday. All right, Friday, hour by hour, 9 a.m. temperature already hovering at almost a steamy 80 degrees. As we get closer to noon, we're at 85. We'll notice the clouds increasing just a little bit. Once we get into the afternoon, we'll introduce a 20, and in some instances over Deep East Texas and the farther south you travel, about a 30 to even 40% chance in some of our Deep East Texas counties. For instance, I think Sabine County, I think San Augustine County has probably a 30 to 40% chance, and even Nacogdoches and Angelina County about a 20 to 30% chance. But here in Smith and Gregg County, it's probably just a 20% chance of rain on Friday. That's a change from what we were looking at earlier in the week, and we'll go over that change here in just a second. So a hot, somewhat muggy day with more cloud cover. That's why these highs are only in the lower 90s tomorrow. 92 at Pittsburgh and 91 at Linden. So that cloud cover will help to hold things down just a little bit. But you'll notice here a couple of isolated showers in Anderson County and Cherokee County, and highs in the upper 80s thanks to that cloud cover. Or what may happen here is we could briefly touch 90, then you get an isolated thunderstorm and it cools the temperature back down into the upper 80s. 93 in Tyler, Mineola up to 93, Longview, Kilgore, Ore City, 93 degrees. Over toward Marshall, about the same, 93 degrees. Deep East Texas, upper 80s thanks to the cloud cover. And again, a better chance for some scattered showers and thunderstorms across the southern counties. Angelina, Nacogdoches County, San Augustine County, and Sabine County, also Trinity and Houston County. All right, Rose City Air Fest. Tomorrow, gates open at 2 o'clock Friday. Aircraft exhibit is at 4 o'clock. 91, the air show begins at 6 p.m., 88 degrees, and notice no rain in the forecast. So it's looking better now that that area of rain and the storm itself is beginning to shift a little farther to the east. There's our storm that we've been talking about all week, bringing the potential for rain here in East Texas. It's just offshore near Port Aransas, southeast of Corpus Christi, and it's slowly going to be migrating its way back to the west and then begin moving to the north. So it's not going far enough west to bring East Texas ample rainfall. Because it starts to turn to the north, it starts to be pushed over toward Louisiana faster. Just a 40% chance of it becoming a named storm in the next couple of days. But essentially, watch future skycasts tomorrow morning. The bulk of the rain's around Lake Charles, and look at the spin. The spin goes between Lake Charles and Alexandria. So we end up on the western side of this here in East Texas with just showers and a few thunderstorms flaring from time to time, while the heaviest rain now concentrated over north central Louisiana. There's the swirl still evident on our future skycast Saturday night at 6 o'clock. There are a few scattered showers and thunderstorms in this elongated area of low pressure that stretches back through East Texas. Those fade away after sunset. Then Sunday, looks like all of the rain will be out to the east. There's probably still a 20% chance of rain for that. But again, the Rose City Air Fest tomorrow night looks good, 87 degrees at 6 p.m. It should be dry for the Air Fest. How much rain are we talking about next 7 days? Well, this might even be generous. I just showed you the path of that storm headed farther to the east. So I think we can take these amounts. Unless we get a downpour, and it's possible, if you got underneath a downpour, you'd have about 1 inch to 1.25 inches of rainfall, maybe upward to about 1.5 inches. Otherwise, you're looking at these sparse amounts around 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch. I think with new data that will come in here tonight, we'll watch this heavier band kind of get shifted off to the east a little bit. But I really think what we're seeing here is just evidence that we could have a couple downpours, not everywhere where it's light blue, but within that window of those light blues and those darker blue colors. Current burn bands in place. Didn't see this expand today. We still have Panola, Shelby County, and Sabine County to the east, and then you had Wood County added yesterday, and out to the west, Van Zant, Henderson, Cherokee, Angelina County, Anderson County, Houston, Trinity County. So we still, Nacogdoches County, San Augustine County, Rusk County, Gregg County, and Smith County, and to the north, Camp County, Smith, Titus, or Morris, Titus, and Franklin County are not in any type of a burn ban right now. Eye on the tropics. If we're going to see anything headed our way in the next, say, 7 to 10 days, it might be this storm here. It is out in the central Atlantic, working its way toward the Leeward Islands. Right now, just a 10% chance of it having any development over the next 5 days. That's why I said next 7 to 10. We'll see what happens if it continues to spin out into, let's say, the Caribbean Sea. But right now, just Alex, our only named storm at this point. In fact, our long-range cycling pattern theory, we did an analysis of hurricane season this year, and the National Hurricane Center is saying 3 to 6 major hurricanes, and we think 2 to 4. They're saying 6 to 10. We think it's going to be a below average year when it comes to named storms in the tropical Atlantic. So a little difference in opinions, but looking at some of the reflections from the pattern that is cycling, it looks like it'll be a little bit less active than what perhaps the other sources are saying. All right, travel forecast here Friday morning. Big weekend of travel. You got scattered showers. Gulf Coast lights up Friday afternoon. We got monsoon rains out into the Rockies Saturday from the Gulf Coast all the way to the southeast. I'd plan some afternoon time inside with some of these thunderstorms, especially if you're headed to Florida or Atlanta or Memphis or something like that. All right, here's the Baylor Scott & White Texas Spine and Joint Hospital 7-day forecast. So tomorrow, isolated thunderstorms, 73 in the morning, 93 by the afternoon. Saturday, scattered thunderstorms still possible, 75 in the morning, 91 in the afternoon. And then as we head towards Sunday, we could leave a 20% chance of rain in here Sunday. 76 in the morning, 96 Sunday afternoon. Mostly sunny on Monday, 77. But look at that 4th of July high, up to 99 degrees, pushing 100. In fact, some areas might touch 100 degrees. Then on Tuesday, 77 with an afternoon high of 100 degrees, and we're right back there at 100 degrees on Wednesday and right back there again on Thursday. So another heat wave headed our way once we get past the 4th of July. Thanks for checking out CBS Plus, CBS19 Plus. We will have another update coming up here throughout the evening and tomorrow morning with Chandler Jordan. So make sure you keep checking back for updates on our forecast.